Hey gang, FLX Beer Reviews, back again with another episode of As the Beer Swirls. My name is Dan.
My name is Mike. Dan, up until about 7 to 8 seconds ago, I was unaware that this brewery made anything other than 2 beers. So please, enlighten me. What are we drinking?
Mike, we have a beer from the Alchemist up in Stowe, Vermont.
Right.
And
Lawson's finest liquids they make, I believe.
No, that's Lawson's.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, this is just
Vocal topper.
I can't believe I have it in my hand because it got distro down here in Western New York. But this is Crusher.
Oh.
And this is an American double IPA hopped exclusively with Citra hops from the Alchemist Brewing Company. And 8% ABV. So yeah, generally we get some heady and focal banger down here in distro, but that's it. That's all you ever see. And for St. Patrick's Day, a couple of places got some different stuff you normally wouldn't see. I saw they had a light lager, they had the Crusher, they had Beelzebub, which is one of the stouts, but that was sold out when I got there. I wish I would have got it. Yeah. I have not had Beelzebub since 2019, and that's when my friend Scott had gone up to Vermont and brought some back down for me. That and they're luscious, which is really good. But anyways, we're focusing on this beer today, and I'll tell you what, full transparency, I've had it. I tapped into it. I said, Mike, do you want to review this? Mike's like, yeah, he hasn't had it. So,
this is like one of their core 4 beers, right?
Yeah, it's released every 3 weeks. And apparently over the years, so this is before I started my craft beer journey, this beer was part of their lineup, but it changed over the time. Apparently it used to not be a double IPA, and somewhere along the line, they bumped it up to a double IPA and maybe tweaked the recipe. And here is it, as we have it, in hashtag proper glassware.
Indeed. Look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous. That's kind of it's hazy, but it's a brighter orange fleshy kind of color to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's brighter, but like to me, it's like, it's almost like, it's a little darker too at the same time. It's like more orange than yellow or opaque.
Nice,
like a
finger
sunset.
ahead.
Yeah.
Like a sunset, he
like
says.
A sunset.
It looks great. It looks like a well-crafted beer. Yeah. I bet it smells like one, too.
We'll find out. Well, I know, but... Honestly, here's the thing. When I drink beers off camera, generally...
I drink to the camera, even though it's not on.
I drink them to drink them. I don't really think that too much about it. Maybe I'll think a little bit about it and pop a little thing on the gods or the devil's work Untapped. People hate Untapped. Brewers hate Untapped. There's just...
It's just like a nice list.
It's like the fucking peanut gallery on there. Like, if it's a Pilsner, and it doesn't matter what it is, it's like average 3.5. Because people, God forbid, it's not a double IPA. And we
I
fucking
don't rate things on there. I just check them in so I know.
I rate it how I want.
My brain was shot. It's a really nice citrus weed.
So to me, I will say right off the bat that these old school Vermont IPAs, they have this character to them. And it's different from other IPAs.
Okay.
There's just kind of sweet, it's like the sweet, tangy, like vibrant yeast character and like a little bready at the same time, but it's always like more candied jammy.
I was gonna say I get like a real nice marmalade kind of jam to it. It's very pleasant, not bombastic or anything, but it's very pleasantly subtle.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells so good. Let's dive in. Cheers.
I'll let you start because
okay. We'll see how long it lets me talk. It is really nice orange, pithy, rindy bitterness without being, overly bitter. The juice notes coming through. There's a little kiss of strawberry on the orange. The yeast profile is very nice. There's a subtle hint of like bubblegum powdered sugar, like way hanging out in the background, kind of breaking up all that bittering dryness. It's the carbonation level. It's low, but it's enough to, make it a touch crisp. It still dances around the palate a little bit. Little hop oily nature to it. It almost tricks you. It starts out on the palate like, I'm gonna be a smaller beer, and then as soon as it wafts down, you're like, oh, that's a double IPA. That's a good beer, and so you end up enjoying the sip maybe a little longer than you thought you were going to. I don't know if I would crush this because I'm really enjoying sipping it, but this is very good. They make other beers, you say?
Yep.
Now, are we doing this beer a disservice? Because I don't see anywhere on it that it says we should drink it from the can, because they're very bullyish with some of their beers.
Yeah, with a heady topper. No, yes. So from what I can gather,
I can taste the solar powered brewing nature of this beer. No, this is very good. Like, this is really well done.
Yeah, no, this is they got the core four, I guess. Heady, Focal, Crusher, and
I think
Rapture.
you can taste that, like, that old school West Coast kind of, like, because there's some real nice pine sprucey tropical natures to it. Like, you get a little bit of, like, mango, pineapple in the back. It's a very nice balance. Man, I could this is so good.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like I think it's got that old school Vermont kind of taste to it.
It really does.
You know what I mean? No, I mean, so to me, I think I'm not opposite of you, but I would say to me, I think this is a very huge hop oil aspect to it.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of hop oil in there.
Like it's sweet and it's sweet throughout, but there is this robust bittering aspect that just assaults the front of the palate, the middle of the palate, the back of the palate, and then dries out on the back end. That leaves you wanting more, and then you going back for that other sip with that candied orange marmalade. But like, it's just like it's an abundance of hops, and it's a little perfume, a little like perfumey, but then there's like the saturating oil left on the tip of the tongue, and it's a really great. It's not juicy, like it's just candied and bittering, but pleasant bitterness. I don't know. It's hard to explain that old school Vermont thing for me.
No,
because it's
agree
like
with
it's not like your new school hazes where it's juice and then you get some vegetal and dank vibes. Like you get dank vibes, but it's just very much just jammy and just, rather than bright and fruity and like yeah.
I really think the bitterness is what does
That's
it.
what took me back. With
really,
this. I said,
yeah.
wow.
Like this is those beers that when I first started my craft beer journey, and I'm like, oh, bitter, I don't like this. That I've come full circle to completely appreciating, completely enjoying, and this is what I seek out.
I do remember when I opened up the first can of this when I got it, I literally sat there and I drank this while I was watching a show, and I let it warm up, and just that tangy zippiness to it became more profound. It became a little bit more fruity, but that bitterness still just was like crazy.
Okay,
So
it's a nicely balanced.
what
beer.
do you rate it?
Oh man, this is so.
Now, if I blinded this, would you say this is the Alchemist beer, or would you say it's old school Vermont? I know it's a hard question.
I have no idea. I probably wouldn't have guessed it was Alchemist.
To me, the Alchemist has a vibe.
It definitely, like knowing what it is, I'm like, yeah, this tastes like an Alchemist beer. But man, while you've been talking, I'm sitting there in my head going, wow, do I like this more than Heady? Like this is really good. Like
on the front third quarter of your tongue, like the palate, is to me it gets like insanely like it's a little
Oh yeah,
puckering, fruity.
yeah. It's fruity. It's candy. And then it kind of it's weird. It moves around, and you still get some of that like bubblegum yeastiness coming through the middle of the palate. The drying nature of it, like that bitterness, just kind of like ebbs and flows as it goes. And then once you get to the back of the palate, it's dry, and it's just dry juice.
This is that beer that's it's not for the faint of heart. If you are on the fence and
If you are a new school hazy,
if you're new school hazy or like you're getting into IPAs, I feel like this is gonna blow your fucking socks off.
yeah, I think it would do like what it did to at least me when I first started trying these beers. I was like, holy fuck, like I don't know if I want to drink this. You know, it's an acquired taste, I think, but this is really good.
I think this would be the perfect beer for Nate over at Treehouse on their videos. They released a video about if you hate IPA, try this. And the whole gist of it was if you hate IPA, I want you to take a challenge and pour yourself an IPA.
Okay.
And drink it front to back. Even if you hate it, just say, I will get through this. I will drink it front to back and take the journey. And what happens more often than not is people, their palate starts getting acclimated to that taste.
Oh, yeah.
And then they get those nuances that maybe we talk about or some of the other people on YouTube talk about. Because even the other half of FLX, all the time, I'm like, oh, it's got this, I got that. She tastes it. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Your palate is like either way more, like it's better than me or just like she's like, I don't get any of that. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Personally, you take a sip or you take a second sip and all you're like, oh, it's just so bitter. I'm not going to do it. You don't just keep going with it. And
I think we've done that in reviews
and here's
before.
the thing. Here's the thing about the challenge. And Nate said,
Challenge accepted.
if you take that challenge and at the end of that, you still are like, no, IPAs ain't for me. That's it. But you took that journey because I feel like you need to. Because as we're drinking this, how much is this changing for you?
That's what I was thinking. Well, while you were saying that, it's like, how many reviews have we done where the beer is opened up and blossomed even more just while we're doing the review, and like almost our perception of it changes in the 8 to 12 minutes we're drinking it. Mm-hmm. I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you just take a sip and go, it's not for me.
Yeah, I mean, time after time, I always go back to the whiskey, liquor, bourbon thing. When people drink whiskey or bourbon, generally they take shots. But if you're not taking a shot, even that first shot, it burns like hell.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just, whoa. Or even if you're drinking it neat or a mixed drink, you're pouring a little bit and then your Coke, right? And then throughout the night, your palate gets more acclimated. You start tasting different things. And slowly that whiskey starts outweighing the Coke. Or you're drinking it neat and the second one goes down smoother because you're getting past that burn, right? So in this scenario, you're getting past that bitterness and you're starting to taste what the other flavors of the hop have to offer. And I don't know. I don't want to tell people how to drink, but I agree with that challenge. That's a great thing. Like drink it front to back, see how it warms.
You've shared some bourbons and some whiskeys with me before, and there's a perfect example. There's been some where I take that first sip, I'm like, whoa, holy God, like it's burning. I'm like, and I know I just got to get through those first couple sips, and then it starts opening up more, and it's a totally different whiskey than what I was drinking, 10 minutes ago. I think you can do the same with some of these upper echelon IPAs.
I think, overall, I mean, for me, I forgot what I rated this. I think I did put on the Devil's Lettuce there on Untapped, but I think I rated it maybe a 4.25, but really real score because I'm not going to pay the $5 a month to do decimals. I think I'd do like probably a 4.4 on it. It's up there, and quite frankly, you know what? Maybe this does edge out Heady. I don't know.
I'm telling you, man. Like, as of right now, it's edging out Heady for me. Like, this is so good. I'll give it a 4.65. I think it's fantastic. I being the first one I've had of it, maybe it'll be different next time if I get to have it again. But hey, thanks for sharing with me, buddy.
No problem.
Yeah, I think this is insanely well made. This is one where if I saw it get dropped again, I'd be like, I gotta get my car. I gotta go get this right now.
But here's the thing. Like, even the place I got
What
this, right?
kind of snob have at least I become? I see posts, hey, we got Hetty. I'm like,
That's the thing. Like, they
It's
posted,
so
we have
bad.
Hetty, right?
I
And
don't
then
get
they
it.
post later, hey, we still have Hetty. At no time did they say, we have this too. Like,
I would have rushed over
so,
there. knowing
but
this.
I get it. They're banking off the name Hetty.
Sure,
Topper or
I get it. I get it.
But if you
This
said,
probably-
hey, we have more Alchemists, I think a lot of people would be like, oh.
I'm willing to bank that people know the Hetty Topper can label more than they know the actual Alchemist brewery.
100%. 100%.
Like if you just posted that and go, this is what we got, and they don't even put the brewery name, people are like, I don't know what that is.
I feel like this review and this journey has been great. I feel
journeying.
I feel as though I will say this. I feel like for the people that have subscribed to us and tuned in for our lunacy, our idiocy,
There's been
and
none
just
of
our overall just rambunctious fallacy of
I feel like Billy's the only one who's going to sit through all this.
even
He may have tuned out
He
already.
fast forward.
I'm telling you, he got his ad. He's like, I'm done with these guys.
But no, it's just I guess we let the beer dictate the review.
And sometimes they dictate.
And this is dictated a longer format. I think we're almost at 16-minute review.
That's okay. This is a good
But
one.
it's I think it deserves it. And occasionally we just want to talk about beer and I don't know.
I'll tell you what, even if you're like,
I'm not
even if
here
it's
for
not-
your song and show and pony dance and
if it's not this beer, but maybe that you're in an area where there's a similar beer like this, and maybe you haven't taken time recently to just go on a journey with it and let it, really dissect it and enjoy every ounce in the can and go, man, this is really opening up as I'm drinking. Like maybe you usually just drink it and you're watching a show and you don't really contemplate it. But instead you're like, I'm gonna actually think about this beer while I drink it this time and really remember why you love it. I feel like outside of the reviews, I maybe don't do that as much because I'm like, I don't want to think about it. I just want to drink it.
I'm telling you, I'm treating this beer as we review it as I drank it during that show. I'm just like, it's like a freaking whimsical journey.
It's
I'm
changed
just like,
since we've opened it. Like it's settled down in the best way possible.
And before I know it, I didn't even mean to it. This is occasionally we've done this long format where we just sit here and drink the whole beer, and it's the journey, and we roll with it. I'm okay with it.
It's relaxed. The fruit notes, there's like apricot in there now that I didn't get before. There's some really pleasant candy jelly citrus notes that are not cloying by any means, but are really balancing out all the little hoppy bud bitterness.
Have you had like real fruit leather?
Yeah, it's been so long since I've had real fruit leather.
So we picked up some like
I never liked them.
I'm not gonna say it's real, but it's the ingredient list is pretty short.
Right.
We picked up I think it's from Target. They're Good and Gather. They sell like fruit leather, and it's like au naturel.
Yep.
Like a fruit roll up, but it's
I couldn't even tell you what fruit leather's like.
And it was okay, but it definitely. I was like, this is a fruit by the foot or something.
You're like, this isn't a fruit roll up. Where's all the preservatives?
But that's what this is. It's that au naturel kind of
You're right.
hop. And dude, I'm telling you, that Vermont water profile. That water profile is what makes it, I think. Because we don't talk about that often. But
you're right. We don't. I was just thinking. I was like,
but I guarantee if I took this right now and I poured you some Hetty, poured you some Focal, there's going to be that common distinction of maybe that a little bit of yeast character, the house yeast and water profile with the malt aspect. But
but even the last time you got Hetty, did you sit there and just enjoy the can or did you just drink it? Because you're like, it's Hetty. This is good. Because I know I did. The last 4-pack I bought, I just drank them. I was like, yeah, this is really good, and I'm watching a show.
Glass
I didn't
or
sit
can?
there and... Oh, I drank them all out of a can. I haven't drank a Hetty out of a glass, and I couldn't tell you how long.
I'll tell you what. I said to Kyle over at No Hype, because he did a review of Hetty recently, and he drank from the can.
Yeah, I watched it.
No-
Yep.
And I've been in
You want to call Kyle? You want to talk about?
No. But we've done that. But no, I will say there's nights when I get home from work, I'm like, screw it. And I've grabbed an IPA or something out of the fridge.
Oh, yeah.
And I've just drank out of the can. I drink another half, triple Citra Daydream, straight from the can.
Another underrated thing to do. Like, you gotta have proper glassware. Proper glassware.
I don't know if it's like, what do they call that when you're like...
Shackled?
No.
Shackled by the beer community. They have told you what to do, and you've subconsciously done it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just like...
I'm not a bitch.
Because they said it does this, but to me, it was much more of a concentrated kind of experience with the hop oils and all that. It was just a little bit more concentrated. And maybe it's because the air doesn't oxidize it as much, or...
You drink this out of a can yet?
You know, I have not.
You should drink that out of a can.
I will try.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
This was really good.
Crusher.
Crusher, and we've sat here and it's taking us forever to drink it.
Yeah, whatever. All right, this has turned into a long format.
That's okay. Once in a while.
If you fast forwarded to the end, hey, we're still here. If you've watched this whole thing, you've got problems. No, that's a lie. You enjoyed the banter, and there wasn't really much banter. It was just actually adult talk for once.
I'll tell you what, like, we get some good comments left on some of our videos, and if you have had a beer that's, I don't know, made you reinterpret how you drink beer, like let us know. Maybe there's one where you've hammered them and you just haven't thought about it in a while, and maybe you sat down recently and been like, maybe I'll think about this one. Let us know.
I'm not comfortable ending this until it's gone.
This was a delight.
It was. All right, gang. Until next time, this has been FLX Beer Reviews as the beer swirls. Long cut.
Indeed. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah.
Cheers.